Hey everyone, it's Audrey McClellan here. Welcome to the Permission to Hustle podcast. It's Monday. I don't know what day it is for you right now, but today for me, it's a Monday. I am kicking off the week. It's one of those days where, listen, you either feel like you're going to crush it, which is hopefully the way you're feeling, or you're feeling a little defeated, which is why we want to have this podcast, because if you're feeling that way, we want to bring you out of that funk, okay? No one wants to be in that funk. I don't care if you are. That's the one thing that's the common, right, denominator of anything. Doesn't matter what age you are. Nobody wants to feel that way, especially on a Monday. You want to feel ready to embrace the week ahead and just get ready to make some magic happen. I wanted to do this podcast today. Obviously, it's a solo one. And like we've said before, there's sometimes it's going to be the two of us, which we love doing podcasts together. But since we don't live near each other and we, definitely have to make this podcast work, you're going to get me sometimes and you're going to get Vera sometimes. So today it's all about me. So thank you for listening. I wanted today to talk about side hustles. And the reason I wanted to talk about them today is because I'm looking right now at a pile of stuff in front of me that is specifically for my eBay channel that I do with my sister. And you know what? It doesn't bring in a ton of money, but it brings in some extra money each month that I know that I'm not doing that much work for it. I mean, it definitely is work to find items and to list them, but it's nothing that is over the top, excruciating. Like I always say to my husband, it's almost mindless work. I can do it in front of the TV. I can watch my Hallmark and I can be in my happily ever after mindset while I'm listing items on eBay. And for me, that's a win. If I can make some money while I'm doing something else that I love to do, then I'm always going to give that a double thumbs up. But it got me thinking this morning that there's so many different side hustles that people can do. And in this day and age, because there are so many opportunities to have different revenue streams coming into your life, it is one of those times that you really can sit down and say, so what can I be doing to generate some extra income? I grew up the daughter of two teachers, and teachers' salaries aren't over the top crazy. So my father started a printing company in 1980. It was almost like a little Kinko shop in our town. He had a print copy machine, and he had one press. And he had a guy working the print press. And, that was how he started. And he actually just sold his business a year ago. He had actually had that same business for 37 years. But, what I always loved about that, looking back now, is my dad always said he started that business because they needed another revenue stream. They had 4 kids. Their teacher salary was, decent and paid the bills, but they wanted to try to make some extra money on the side. And so that little quote unquote side hustle that my father was able to grow and actually employ 2 of my brothers and my sister throughout the years was something that really, for him, was a passion project, and it just grew into something bigger. And, fast forward to today where, again, I do my eBay, I do Poshmark with my sister. We have an Amazon business. Our family, the siblings, all went in, and my parents, we have an Amazon business. You could do merch by Amazon. You could do Uber. I mean, there are so many different ways. I have a friend in town who tutors 4 nights a week. She charges $30 an hour for her tutoring. She has, she has I think, she does it 3 or 4 nights a week, but she has 2 or 3 kids that she does every single day. So she's making some side hustle money. There's so many different ways now in this day and age that you can, from the comfort of your home, digitally too, really have a side hustle business. And I wanted to talk about this today because I do think it's important to talk, well, what can you do? What can you expect to get from it? So I'm going to give you the example with the eBay business that I do with my sister. Now, my sister is 100 times more into it than I am because it, for her, is her full thing. It's what she loves to do. For me, I have items that I sell with her, and I give her a percentage of it, and we share an account, so I don't make as much as she makes. But I will say this, when I am head down really looking to sell stuff, I will go through my kids' closets, I'll go through my closet, my husband's, I ask around, my friends, my family, you guys getting rid of anything that I can sell on eBay? Sometimes they want a percentage, most of the time they don't, they just want the stuff out of their house if it's good stuff and I can sell it. You can go to consignment shops and find items, whatever way you can find items. I'm telling you, I feel like my mother's house is a treasure trove. If you have parents that still have your old stuff or just have stuff from your entire life in their house, head over there, let them know what you're doing. I'm telling you right now, you're going to at least walk away with 5 to 10 items that you can sell on eBay and probably make some good money on. It really is just one of those things. But I'm going to be honest with you. I make average, depending on how much time I put into it, maybe $300 to $600 a month selling on eBay. And that is genuinely not putting in a lot of time. That's probably putting in maybe 3 to 4 hours a month doing it. And again, it's just items that I have, items that I found, items that even that we've been given that I just, like I said to the kids, like they had all of these Nintendo DS games that I know that my mother, I hate to say it, my mom had given them last year for Christmas and they weren't using them. They have the Mario games that they absolutely love and they're the ones that they just want to stick with. So I said to my mom, do you mind if we sell these on eBay? Probably get like $15 for them, maybe $20, depending upon, how they are. Or you could go to GameStop and do the same thing. And so, it's just really finding items like that. But I really wanted to talk about the side hustle business because I do think that it is important to have different revenue streams coming in. I know that a lot of us don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket with one particular revenue stream. And that's a smart way to be. You never know when one could get shut off or one could slow down. So to make sure you have these different revenue streams available to you is something that's really helpful. And, I've always given people the advice that if you're trying to figure out, well, what could I do? I don't want to sell on eBay, Audrey. I don't want to sell on Poshmark. I have zero desire to. I don't want to tutor. I don't want to drive an Uber. What else could I do? And my advice always has been sit down and write down a list of all things that you love to do. Maybe you love to do photography. Maybe you love to edit videos. Maybe you love to watch kids. Maybe you love to, be with people and you know what? You could probably do a bartending gig maybe 3 or 4 nights a week. I don't know what it is that you like to do and that you wouldn't mind doing, but find and isolate things that you do like. Maybe you could help someone with some photography, right? There's so many people out there now that are trying to get videos up on YouTube. Maybe you're a good editor and you could help them out for a fee. Maybe you're somebody who genuinely loves to be around kids and you could have a side babysitting job on the side. Or again, waitressing, bartending. You really don't have to reinvent the wheel. Sit down and think about different ways that you could potentially do this. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom that's just looking for some extra money. You're like, listen, right now I'm an anchor to my home. I have 3 babies. There's no way I can get out there and do things, but I need to make some money. I definitely need to have a revenue stream. I couldn't sell on eBay because there's no way I could get the items to sell. So maybe you look into becoming a virtual assistant for some influencers out there who need help, maybe doing some social sharing or creating some content or maintaining a content calendar. There's so many different Facebook groups too that you could throw your name into the hat if you are somebody that's maybe looking to be a virtual assistant. Maybe you're a great writer and you don't get to exercise your writing skills so much. So maybe you could work with some influencers out there and create some content for them. There's so many different things that can be done now. And I just think it's really important to be able to identify ways that you could be making money. And again, like I said, might not be massive amounts of money, but it's a revenue stream. And if it's a revenue stream, then that's a good thing. And you can build on that. Maybe you're going to discover, hey, listen, I'm actually really good at this virtual assistant thing. Let me bring on more than just one client. Or I'm really good at this writing thing. Maybe I want to start my own blog and see if I can create some content that way. And hey, you never know. Maybe I can make money this way too. So really open yourself up to the possibilities as to what's out there. Even on my blog, and I'll put it in the show notes here, I have a post about, side hustles. And I think I have 101 of them. Hustles that you can do. Different things that are available out there. Personal shopper. It's truly amazing when you stop and think about it, that you just have to put your thinking cap on and really figure out what it is that you don't mind doing. And you could potentially make some money at it. So I really just wanted to create this because I'm looking at my eBay pile this morning and I was getting excited and I thought to myself, oh my God, these are great items. Last weekend we did the Marie Kondo method and we went through all of the rooms in our house and I was in charge of the bedrooms. And I went through all of the clothing in my son's bedrooms. And I donated about, I'd say 8 bags of stuff. But I was able to isolate 2 boxes of clothing that are brand names that are, I hate to say it, hardly used. And my sons have either grown out of them or have no interest in wearing them. And so I have those items to sell. I have some stuff for my daughter that I'm going to sell on eBay. Some of my items I'm going to sell. And my husband went through our entire kitchen and our living room. And he found like some knickknacks. But when you look, if you know now what you're looking for on eBay, if you know the name of the company that created something, if you know the name of a brand and you're looking it up, sometimes these are truly little treasures that you don't realize. So my husband isolated a few things too to be able to sell. And we also went through our garage. We did a spot check of the garage this weekend, and we isolated a couple things too that we had in there that we bought years ago. And in in the manicness of our move, we never actually used them. So I'm going to pop that stuff up. So I was getting excited this morning, and I saw, this is just money sitting in a box. And how excited would I be if I walked into the house and I saw like $400 just sitting at the bottom of a brown box? And that's kind of how I look at these items. So I thought, I'm going to hop on right now. I'm going to create this podcast about looking for different ways to generate income. I know it's not easy to have a million different ways, because that way you're not giving the love and attention to the ways that really could bring you a good amount of money. But I do want you to potentially today start thinking about, how can I bring in a side hustle that's going to generate some income? Maybe it's travel money that you could put on the side for a family vacation. Maybe it's paying a car payment once a month. Maybe that money coming in is going to go towards something. And it's money that you didn't have before in your pocket. And that's what I get excited about when it comes to selling stuff on eBay as a side hustle. It's money that I didn't have in my pocket before that now I do. And I love to look at that money, and I put all my money in a PayPal account. And I get really excited when I get to tell my husband, hey, listen, I've been able to sock away this much money. I always joke with him. It's like my own little savings account that I like to keep over here. And, I get excited about seeing it grow, because I do like to just kind of sock it away and watch it grow. It's a really fun thing for me. So that's it, guys. I wanted to give you the encouragement today to really hunt for some side hustles. Again, I'm going to put in the show notes the link to the blog post that I have. Thanks for listening again. If you guys don't mind, if you can, review this podcast, give it a 5 stars if you feel so inclined, and a review. Follow us over on Permission to Hustle on Facebook. We have a great group over there. We also have a mastermind group going right now too, if you're looking to dive a little bit deeper. And then we're also on Twitter at Audrey and Vera. And then follow us too on our blogs. I'm Mom Generations and she's Lady in the Blog. We're there every single day talking, dishing about something. But that's it, guys. Enjoy your Monday. If it's not Monday for you, enjoy your Tuesday or your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Make it a great day. And thanks for listening. And also head over to some other episodes. We got a bunch.